Last time on the WarPod. The WarPod's been bought. We've actually been purchased. So I don't have any controlling stake over the company.
I purchased all the outstanding shares of Warlocks Entertainment. Combined with the Class A shares from J Free and Captain J, I now own a controlling 51% of Warlocks Entertainment System. I'd like to be the first to welcome you to the Razor Edge Systems, Technologies, and Entertainment Incorporated family.
Well, there you have it, folks. It looks like Warlock's Tower in this particular reality has been purchased by Edge of Blade. Hi. Thanks.
He wasn't. Oh shit. He wasn't kidding.
No, he's got details for us to
What is this?
learn all about.
What the fuck? Jason, hold on. I gotta make a phone call. This is
One song rule.
not cool.
No.
No. Hold on. I'm calling him.
Goodbye, everybody.
Turn this off.
Yeah, this. Of course you realize this means war. America! I'm Zach Nanimus.
I'm Johnny Dim.
And once again, you've stumbled into another episode of the WarPod, brought to you in part by Musings of a Geek, the Four-Eyed Radio Network, the Houston Nerdcasting Collective, and sponsored by Razor's Edge Media Entertainment on the Boulevard.
Something like that. We're actually owned by.
Yes, we've recently been bought out, and you know what? I'm excited.
Well, the other thing I was going to tell you was Musings of a Geek is no longer a thing. They've disbanded.
Right, but we are on the BS network.
We are on the BS network.
So don't forget about that, kiddies.
Yeah.
Here on the WarPod, we like to mess up stuff.
All the time!
Yes. But one thing that I do want to talk about, we touched on it briefly, and I think that we kind of overreacted when we heard that Edge of Blade bought us out.
We should, I guess, apologize for that overreaction.
Yeah, we are sorry about that, and we wanted to include a, what do you call them? Those newfangled things. A voicemail that Edge actually sent us earlier today.
Alright, so we're going to play this voicemail from Jason real quick.
You've got it downloaded onto the computer.
Yeah, fancy that. That was... What's wrong with me?
Just play it.
Hey guys, this is Jason Danforth, Edge of Blade. But for a while you should probably refer to me as Mr. Danforth. We really should keep a sense of decorum about these things. Okay, so first things first. You've read through your envelopes, and I'd like to enact a few of the rules that we put into those envelopes. So number one, Johnny, you said this would be a PG-13 podcast, so I'm going to hold you to that. You have one fucking episode. And if you break that rule, I'm afraid there will be consequences. Zach, I really do appreciate your musical ability, especially the songs at the very beginning. They're really off the wall and really funny. And also you've come up with some great stuff in the middle of a podcast. But when you get to two songs, it kind of drags the podcast down and delays things. So I'm holding you to one song an episode. So decide where it's going to be. Is it going to be at the beginning or during the episode? Now, finally, we're still at the beginning of the year, so I think this is a good time for us to do performance reviews. I'd like you to do this in a peer review fashion. So, Zach, you'll review Johnny, and Johnny, you will review Zach. I would like you to give each other a compliment, and then tell them something they could work on. And then you two can go back and forth until you've gotten it all out and you think you're at a good place. All right, let me know how it goes. Thanks, guys.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah, that's fine. No.
That can help improve our product. I think that's all he really wants to do.
Yeah, he's just trying to, and we always go over time anyway, so I completely understand the song thing.
Right.
Okay, but he did want to do peer reviews.
Right.
Apparently we have to compliment each other before we start.
Well, it's a compliment, and then it's a critique, and then it's a compliment. They call that a compliment sandwich.
He didn't mention a third. He didn't mention, if that's a compliment sandwich, he did not mention the heel of the bun.
He didn't?
No, he did not.
No, I could have sworn.
That's a compliment, and then something we have to work on.
Oh. Well, I'm going to compliment you twice. It's a 2 for 1.
Cool. Why don't you start, Johnny? Because I got some stuff to vet.
Do you really?
Look, Look at everything I wrote.
That's a lot of words.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. That's okay. I got you right here. Okay. Zach.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You're funny, right? You're a humorous person. You bring that to the show, which is good. I think sometimes you could be more considerate of me. But I think that's just a small thing. And then I think you have a nice smile.
Aw, Johnny.
Yeah.
All right, now onto my dirt about you.
Okay.
I wrote this long in advance before I was asked to, so I don't have.
You had it prepared.
I don't have compliments ready.
Right.
So.
You couldn't think of any off the top of your head.
Well, I didn't know that I was going to need them.
Right, but like right now, like if I said, say one thing and good, I think
I'm going to.
Okay,
So
right.
before I start,
Right.
Johnny, you are your height.
I am.
Okay.
Yes.
On to the criticism. Let's see. To whom it may concern, Johnny's knowledge of Marvel Comics Spider-Man is severely wanting for a host of a nerd culture podcast.
Wow. Okay. I can accept that.
Okay.
I can accept that. All right. Zach, I think you're good at martial arts.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. But I also think you could learn to stop interrupting me, which happens.
That's when.
It happens sometimes, I think.
Okay.
But you could work on that, and then your hair is red.
Thank you, Johnny.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Johnny is willfully ignorant of several major events in the Earth 616 continuity of the Spider-Man story, including but not limited to Spider Island, the Black Suit Spider-Man, and his involvement in the Marvel Civil War.
Another Spider-Man one.
All of the comments will be Spider-Man related.
Oh. Okay. And you had these written up beforehand?
Long time
Okay.
before.
All right. Okay. That's not weird. That's not weird at all. Zach, I think you're good at video games.
Okay.
Not great, but you're good.
Oh.
Yeah. I think you could actually also learn how to use Reddit, Facebook, and your phone better.
I will never learn how to use Facebook.
Okay.
I despise it.
Well, it's one person's opinion. But take that for what it's worth. I think that you're real punctual, too.
Thank you.
You've never been late.
It doesn't happen.
Not once.
Something I pride myself on. Johnny.
Yes.
On several occasions, I have irradiated Johnny in hopes of creating a spider-like mutation in his DNA. In spite of this, Johnny continues to wear corrective lenses in my presence. This means either his stubborn genome has refused to change, or Johnny is keeping his spectacular abilities a secret and thusly not including me in his adventures.
I see. I'm not gonna have a response to that. I don't.
Which one is it?
I'm not gonna answer. That's none of your business, Zach.
Okay.
If I was having adventures, that's. I don't have to include you in everything.
Right, but if I'm the one secretly irradiating you, the only reason you're having adventures is me.
That's a very complicated issue. I don't. No. Mm-mm. No, that's not a thing. That's not a thing.
You don't know how many microwaves I've burned out doing this. Or how many times I've had to pay your next door neighbor.
See, okay. You shouldn't irradiate people, especially without their knowledge.
See, this brings me right back to issue 1. Johnny's knowledge of Marvel Comics Spider-Man is severely wanting. That's how you get superpowers.
Oh, all right.
This whole thing's left a bad
That's
taste.
yes. You know what? We're moving on.
Johnny, we have a few things that you wanted to talk about. You were very anxious to talk about so many different things today. The one that I want to start off is something new in the news, and all I have on this is your word. Nintendo has a new reward system out for their gamers. What is that?
Yeah, so I don't know if there's a lot of details that's been released. I think this is in the works. I heard something about it a couple weeks ago. I guess it's now been confirmed. So the thing is, the reason that this is news is that Sony and Microsoft both have had their own reward systems.
Are we talking about achievements and trophies?
Yes.
Okay.
Personally,
So dumb stuff.
Yeah, personally, I don't care that much.
I don't either.
I very rarely, like, the only time, and here's the other thing, I don't play video games as much as I'd like, so when I go and, like, hey, I get curious, right? So I'll go and I'll look, so my friends, compared to me, like, how many achievements have they got, how many points do they have, their gamer score versus mine, and it's never very high compared to theirs, so I'm like, it's not something I can get into. I don't have time to compete on that level, so it's just kind of like, it's pointless to go check that and then have my hopes and dreams crushed. So
that's not why I don't care. I don't seek out these achievements, but I do game a pretty significant amount. I don't know what my gamer score is compared to others, but Nintendo is already teasing their next system.
Correct.
This is never going to go anywhere except on their next system. Why didn't they just wait for the big launch?
I think my theory on that is that the snowball, if you will, had already picked up enough momentum. Like, this was already close to launch before they knew exactly when the NX was going to be coming out.
That's true, and knowing Nintendo, it's going to be like at least another 5 years before the NX comes out.
No, I've heard it might be even next year.
Yeah, I don't think Nintendo has ever teased anything without saying it's coming out next year. Okay, because
and they just push it back, like a Blizzard thing.
Are they planning Zelda Wii U for this year? Because if so,
no, that's the big rumor. That's the thing that because they haven't.
So that's only a rumor. So
that they might push it back to NX.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's like, why even try right now? Like if you waited just long enough, you could make that a launch title.
You're right.
Which would be awesome for the NX.
But the point that I'm getting at here is that they don't really seem to have a plan.
No, you're
they
right.
They have a lot of things that they want to do.
I don't think they plan at all for the Wii U to be this bad, as commercially not successful. They did not plan on that, so now it's kind of thrown a wrench in everything. So now they're kind of struggling and not sure what they're going to do.
Well, I know what they're going to do. They're going to make a Nintendo-powered PlayStation. Is what they're going to do. They're going to go back to basics with the NX.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to. Yeah. Oh, you mean like an original PlayStation?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like a PS1.
Possibly just a Super Game Boy.
I'd be okay with that.
That'll be reverse compatible with
that would
Pong.
That would be actually a very bold move if they did something that's like not even on par with like the Wii U as far as graphics go, like something old school, and just fucking hit the games hard and like actually make good quality. I don't know. Like N64 games.
Well, that's what they did with the Wii.
Kind
the
of.
Wii was completely underpowered for its time.
Yeah, but less gimmicks is really what it boils down to. Like just a straight up fucking console and make good games.
Mm-hmm.
Did I just use the F word?
You did.
Oh.
Which, by the way, we've already used up this one.
Because Mr. Danforth said it.
Yeah, Mr. Danforth.
That's what we're supposed to call him. That's what he asked to be called.
Mr. Danforth.
Right.
All right. Yeah, so you're boned. But yeah, I don't have much to say about this. The timing seems really weird.
Yeah.
It
seems like everything they do at this point until the NX comes out is going to be really, really, really weird timing. It's all going to feel awkward as shit. It's like a lame duck, next year or two.
The amiibos for the new Zelda are coming out at the right time.
Sure.
That was the right move. I didn't really have any problems with their last E3 lineup or anything like that. And as far as them coming out with the stuff they say they're going to come out and when it happens, that all seems fine. Especially Yoshi's Woolly World and stuff like that. Although that still had a really small release compared to what they wanted. But then again, I guess everything does.
Yeah, everything is. This is par, and this is where they've been for the last 2 years.
Well, I hear it's a really good game.
But it's just I don't doubt that, but the install base isn't big enough for the system itself.
Yeah.
So you can only go on so many systems because only so many people have them.
And I think the real problem is that if you're talking about comparative gaming, which is actually what these reward systems become, because you'll be able to see how many points you have versus other people.
Right.
There aren't a lot of games that are played competitively in that way for the Wii U. You got Smash,
Mario Kart,
to a much smaller degree Splatoon,
right?
And that's pretty much it.
I wasn't gonna bring it up because I thought we had enough stuff to talk about already, but they actually also announced the what were the most bought amiibos this year, this last year, and the Splatoon girl and boy were actually the top 2.
Yeah, it's a popular game. People like it.
I've always wanted to try it because a shooter game like that, there was a lot of hype about it prior to its release because it was Nintendo doing like a shooter, like a third-person shooter, and I was curious about what that would be, what that would look like.
Its
Nintendo.
interface is beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, I can't say enough good things about the way that game plays. I wish that every shooter played like it because you have normal dual-stick control that we're all used to, but you can fine-tune your look with the tilt. And, there have been products that have come out on Kickstarter and stuff like that have been introducing motion control for the fine-tuning because you can't get that kind of fine manipulation with the sticks.
Yeah.
It's all very broad strokes, and it works much better. Not going to make me care about their platinum and gold coin points that I'll be able to... I heard that you're going to be able to play games in order to create a currency where you'll be able to purchase things. And we all know that that's not going to happen.
Is it
anything worthwhile is going to be money?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I don't know if you remember this. There was a it was a face plant of a execution by Nintendo. I think they just canceled it even before. I don't even if it showed the light of day. Excuse me.
Are you talking about the disc drive, the double decker?
No, I'm talking about the stars. Do you remember the star stickers?
Star stickers?
They had this reward system that I don't think ever launched, but there was this big idea.
If you did well, they put a little sticker on your shirt.
No, you had a printer.
With the teacher at lunch.
There was a printer that I think it was for the GameCube, and
if it was a printer, that was for the Game Boy.
No. This was after that. Way after.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't even think it launched. I think they had this great big plan to you do get all these achievement points or whatever they're called, gold star token tickets, and then you would earn so many, and it would print out these stickers for you, and you get to put them on your console. I guess I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah. I remember hearing about it once. I read this article about it, and then nothing ever came of it.
You could print, if you manipulated the hardware enough, you could print your own Nintendo LSD.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just in time for Splatoon.
That sounds a little trippy.
I see what you did there, you sly boot. All right, now I don't want to talk about that anymore. The thing that I'm really excited about talking about today is Superman's new ability.
Yes. He's a radio now.
He's a radio now. Is that where we're going to have the little slide? And it'll just be like, Superman's a radio now.
Yes, now. That's how it's going to work.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Or should we... So should we generate the song right here?
Go for it.
All right, I'll do the... you lay down a bass line.
A boom, a boom. Is it a bass line? Boom.
It doesn't have to be drums. Just go.
A boom. Oh, I was gonna do like a stand-up bass.
You do that.
Boom, 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 boom. Okay. A boom, 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 boom.
Superman's new ability.
A boom, 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 boom.
That's it.
Excellent.
All right.
Radical. Yeah.
Superman.
I said fuck again.
You got it. Beautiful.
Shitball.
All right. Superman's new ability. Last year, Superman got a brand spanking new ability.
He's a nuclear bomb.
He's a nuclear bomb. He can let off all of the energy that he stores from the sun in one motion, and boom, he can blow up anything.
Hold on, America. How do you pronounce that? Is it nuclear or nuclear? Nuclear? Nuclear.
It's usually mispronounced as nuclear.
Yeah, it's nuclear.
It's nuclear.
Nuclear.
Yes, it's not nuclear.
Like nuclear, the replacement for other things that wipe and clean up glass.
Nuclear. Your underpants will thank you for it. All right.
I hope that's one of our sponsors.
Nuclear? Mm-hmm. I'm sure it is.
Anyway, yeah, you were saying. That was his new ability last year.
That was his new ability last year. Him doing this led to a complication.
Yeah, he drained all of his... No. I remember. It was, basically had something happen with his skin. He could not actually absorb yellow sunlight.
There's a layer of skin cells that have been damaged by the process.
Right.
By his... what do they call it? Nova Blast?
Nova Blast.
Nova Shart.
No.
No, so he did this. He put the whammy on his skin. For a long time, he couldn't bring in any radiation. What?
Put the whammy on the skin, or it gets the hose again.
So he had this bright idea. Hey, kryptonite makes me vulnerable. If I irradiate myself with kryptonite, then I'll be able to burn. He's using a kryptonite exfoliant.
Yep.
Is what he's doing, and absorbing so much of that radiation, which normally kills him. And the conceit is that it worked.
It did work.
It did work.
Because science and comic books.
Well, no, it should work. It should, because it would make his ultra durable skin cells, even though they're dead, they'd still be ultra durable.
So it's like he took a kryptonite bath.
Yeah, made him vulnerable again. But this radiation, which has never affected him this way before, has given him a new ability, and that's that he can take in and perceive radio waves.
Correct.
So
are you good with this?
It's fine. It is. I mean,
and you had mentioned earlier, we were talking before the show, and you're right, they do reinvent Superman quite a bit. And
it's been a hallmark of his series.
Yeah.
10 years ago, they were coming out with a magazine called Man of Tomorrow, where Superman had been completely depowered, but something happened to him similar to what happened to Livewire, and he had electricity powers and could become energy and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, they've been doing it ever since his inception, because originally he couldn't fly, right?
No, he could not.
Right, he just jumped really far.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Jewel. No laser vision.
Jewel can
no ice breath.
Right, and you're right. They keep changing him, and I think it's a little bit unnecessary that they have to keep reinventing him. But I understand their need to want to keep him fresh, because I mean, I wouldn't give a shit about even this new 52, whatever's going on with Superman now. The only reason I know it's happening is because he got this new power. Like, that's headlines in the comic book world. Superman's got a new power. I'm like, oh, well, how did that happen? Then I'll read. I'm like, okay, that's all I need to know. Mm-hmm. It's just not going to make me buy a comic book, though.
Honestly, it doesn't worry me too terribly much, because this doesn't feel like something that's going to become a large part of the character the way the Nova Shark did. I think that this is more or less just an arc. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Kind of like when Spider-Man grew 2 additional arms.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't make that part of his character.
It wasn't permanent.
No, they just kind of did a story about it for a while.
And now he's Mecha Spider.
No.
Did he not do that anymore?
Which one?
Since Civil War, he's had Tony Stark has built a lot of tech into his suit.
Long time.
He's not doing that anymore?
Not for years.
Who's Spider-Man now?
Peter Parker.
Is it still Peter Parker? Because they were just talking about this Mexican guy, and then the other... Wasn't there another...
Completely different continuity.
There's another one that's a clone, and there's...
You know nothing about Spider-Man.
You said that earlier. I guess you're right.
This seems like it's kind of a gimmicky thing where it's just like, this week Superman is going to have the largest hands in America. And he's like going to have difficulty with the sandwiches and stuff like that. This is similar, where he's going to have all of the radio waves in America, and he'll be bringing in like Skinamax.
Yeah, and political radio.
That means he could be hacked, and Trump could hack him. So, Johnny, do you think that this is going to be a big part of the new Superman continuity?
Nope.
You think they're going to get rid of it pretty quickly?
10 issues. I bet you they won't even mention it after 10 issues.
So he'll retain the ability. It just won't be...
Yeah, it will not be important in any way.
Well, one element they're saying is that this has the potential to kill him. This might be making him sick.
God damn it. Enough with this bullshit. I mean...
Stop writing new things into comic books. Just let him punch the bank or whatever he normally does.
Well, no, think about it. It's like one thing... Every little thing he does, like, leads... One nuclear explosion, one Superman bomb, and now it's like there's going to be ripples of that for, like, the next 8 issues. It's like, it's going to keep going. Like, he gets new powers, and then that power leads to more problems, and he's got to solve a problem that his powers gave him, and it's going to... When does it end?
Never. It's serial storytelling. What do you want him to do?
Fight bad guys.
He's doing that right now. He's fighting Randall Savage. Through the whole thing, he's been fighting Randall Savage, even without his powers.
Okay. I don't know. It feels
I'm
weird.
sorry, Vandal Savage.
Is it Vandal Savage?
Randall Savage is the Macho Man. It's Vandal Savage. Oh yeah! Snap into a Kryptonian! Snap into the space!
Oh, brother.
Listen up here, brother!
Brother!
I'm gonna meet you in Metropolis this Sunday. It's gonna be a bloodbath. So get your kryptonite boots. Yeah, what do wrestlers wear? And your girdle ready.
Your girdle. Your Speedo pants. Your Speedo swimmer pants. Oh yeah!
I won't fight anyone properly dressed. I got 3 minutes of you. 3 minutes of playtime. I'm sorry.
Sunday! This Sunday! At WrestleMania.
In the squared center ring. The squared
The
circle.
square circle ring of death in the cage.
The squared circled polyhedron.
It's gonna be a shape.
No one ever said that geometry was wrestler's strong suit.
No.
Not even the Macho Man.
No.
Although I'm sure he was learned it.
Rest in peace.
Speaking of rest in peace, we lost another one. We lost another icon. He's
Only some people know about it.
Well, yeah, but that's because he was the man behind the mask.
If they don't know about it, it never happened.
Right. Well, they know about it now.
Yeah, thanks, Zach.
Blissful
ignorance of our listeners, and you're completely destroying that.
A great voice actor of our generation,
Yeah.
Joe Alasky,
Yes.
who is considered to be the heir to Mel Blanc's throne.
Yes.
As far as Looney Tunes voices are concerned,
Mm-hmm.
he did them all. He has too many characters to name, and
And when I was reading about him, he was actually a great voice mimic. Like his range was incredible.
that was his job for years, was
Yeah.
to imitate Mel Blanc.
Yeah, I even had some people when I was reading about him, because I honestly didn't know that much about him, but reading about him now, I found out that people are calling him the best voice actor alive when he was alive. Unfortunately, that's not the case anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But
Because we have really great voice actors who are still alive today. Somebody who comes to mind is Billy West. And the interesting thing about Billy West is that there are some times where I can definitely tell that it's a Billy West character. Like I can hear Philip Fry in the Red M&M, for example.
right,
Like that's very clear to me. And I didn't know that one guy was doing all this stuff.
right.
And we've been enjoying all of his stuff from the Looney Tunes show
Yep.
to Tiny Toons to Rugrats for years.
Yep.
And it's sad that we didn't know the story sooner, and it's even sadder that he passed.
Right.
But I thought we should mention it before we get into Doom 4.
Oh crap!
Doom 4.
Crap on a stick.
Doom 4. Ba, da, 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 da. Hi, I'm Prince Adam, leader of Doom 4. I was just a normal boy until one day I held aloft my mighty sword and said, BFG!
Perfect.
Alright, Doom...
Did you ever watch the Doom movie?
Yeah, I saw that in theaters.
So did I. Did your crowd react like mine did when the BFG was pulled out? Or was it the BFG? I think they had it.
There was a lot going on in that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like a big like rock solo going on, and like Pinky was chasing people around and stuff like that.
I just remember like I saw it as like maybe a quarter full. Like hardly anybody was there. And I just remember when the BFG came out, I mean people were just yelling like crazy. I guess it was a very much video game crowd. I think I went on the day that it came out.
Wait, no, because if it was a quarter full, then that didn't happen because we went and the place was packed.
No. Maybe I went at a weird time.
No.
That wasn't true?
No, none of that. Nothing you ever say is true.
I'd never lie to you,
It is
America.
100% offensive.
Offensive?
Offensive.
Oh.
So offensive to you. So we saw the trailer for Doom 4.
Yeah.
And of course they're just calling it Doom. I guess they want this to be a reboot.
I think it's a reboot imagination.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I'll say it's a whole lot doomier than Doom 3.
It's fucking amazing, is what it is. At least the visuals of what I've seen.
It looks like
A slaughterfest?
It looks like they ran the molecular composition for testosterone like through the Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
And that's what it made.
Yeah, that's what it shit out. Yeah, and I've seen gameplay footage from last year's E3, and I was impressed. And I'm like, when is this thing coming out? And the release date, unfortunately, is a little bit further away. And I had to wait, and we still have to wait. But that most recent trailer, was absolutely fantastic, and it makes me get all nostalgic about, because I played a lot of the original Doom.
I'm sorry, it's just
what?
you were like, and we have to wait, and we still have to wait. Like you were expecting it to launch. Like we have to wait. Yeah, still no Doom. Yeah, still no Doom. And you're just in a padded cell, just still no Doom.
Still no Doom.
Still no Doom.
I plan on playing a lot of that game.
It's going to be incredibly fun.
Yeah.
And like there are a lot of like first-person shooters. I have a tendency to mull over. Like I didn't play Destiny until 2 years after it was already out, and that was really a convenience thing. Mm-hmm. And I can get sucked into them easily, which I did with Doom 3. I played that entire game, but they need to do something to draw me in. They need to do something special, and this trailer really did it for me because it seems like a salute to excess.
Yes.
Like one of your guns is like 6 miniguns.
Yes.
Like you pull out an array of miniguns, and
yeah, for me it was like the first thing I like halfway through the trailer, all I could think was, this is metal. Like this is death metal. This is black metal. This is like the fantasy
this is Onyx metal.
Onyx metal. This is moon rock metal. I was just trying to think of other art
It's
elements.
like the opposite. That's white.
Is it?
Yeah. The moon is white.
Oh no! Yeah.
This is like glorious gold metal.
This is like all the metals.
This is like infrared metal.
No, because that's what I thought. Because like there's often like, especially the ones that are more fantastical as far as the lyrics go, for like a lot of this metal music that I'm talking about. Like it's fantastical to me. Like I never take it seriously, but I enjoy it. Like it's almost like a medieval fantasy. I don't know, journey through like Dungeons and Dragons type of weird shit. Like it's
You're saying that's what goes on in these songs.
Right.
They talk about dragons and dwarves.
Yeah, or some of them go even deeper. They talk about demons and genocide and ripping off limbs and slay the orcs, which is 3 Inches of Blood song. It's just like, it's all about battle. It's about all this just gory shit, and it's fun to listen to. It's metal music, and I think that this is going to be that incarnate in basically not incarnate, but it's going to be that in a video game.
How come there isn't any Scottish Space Marine metal?
I hope that you saying those words kind of puts that out into the ether, and I hope somebody grabs that and makes it into a band.
Funny thing about ether, do you know what it is?
Nope.
See, in the ancient world, they knew that fish swam in an ocean of water. And they knew that men lived in an ocean of air. So they assumed that there would have to be another particulate out in the skies that held the planets, or planetes, in place.
The ether.
The aether.
The aether.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
that was for you guys.
Now we know that, America.
One thing I will say about Doom is that the models for your hands and your guns look amazing. Mm-hmm. The demons, especially the ones that are getting like further into like the Dungeons and Dragons Beholder territory, they look like Skylanders. I was not impressed with their models, but they're there to be blown to bits.
Right.
The big chunks of them can actually be pulled off.
If there's more definition, you might actually care what happens to them.
I'm not saying that. I think if there were more polygons to worry about on the seams, the fact that you can run up to one of them, rip off their tusk and jab it into their eye may not look as impressive. Here it's seamless because it looks like they're working with less. I might be wrong. Speaking of Nintendo, the Rampage movie's coming out?
Starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He can fight Randy Savage.
Yes. Yeah, that's definitely in his wheelhouse to fight Randy Savage. You know what? How come they always talk when The Undertaker was like, I don't know if he's still really big. I know he's still in name.
He's 6'5"-ish.
Yeah, around.
Like that.
Well, he's older, so he's shrinking.
Yeah. I think he's about done wrestling.
Yeah, they would have like grave matches and stuff like that.
Yeah. He'd put people into actual body bags.
With Randy Savage dead, I feel like there's an untapped market here.
What, Zombie Savage?
Wrestling the dead.
Good luck with that.
No, tombstone matches. That's what they were. Tombstone matches.
Yeah, they're tombstone matches. You're right.
All right.
People get buried and shit.
I digress. Rampage was a movie. Rampage was an arcade game from Midway in the 90s where you played a tremendous kaiju that wanted to, in order to get back at the laboratory that made you, you blew up tremendous parts of cities.
Yeah.
With reckless abandon, and you got extra points for eating innocent people.
Yeah, as you are wont to do.
Then Rampage World Tour for the N64.
Which is better.
Yes, much better.
Yeah.
And a little more focused as far as that narrative was concerned. I don't know if it was my age. I was very young when I was playing that game, and just the mindless destruction was, very appealing to me.
Absolutely.
No idea if it holds up, but Hollywood says it does because they're going to make a movie based on it.
Which I don't understand because hardly anybody even knows what that game is. Like, it's not a big, massive thing.
If I had said Super Mario Brothers, I would not have given that preamble.
Right.
Because everybody knows it.
Yes.
But I felt the need to share it because it's Rampage.
Now, which is probably why they have recently chosen to rewrite the script. Probably to make it more interesting to the mass audiences out there.
And they're bringing in, this is the big thing, they're bringing in Carlton Cuse, who famously worked on J.J. Abrams' Lost. And also Ryan Condal, who wrote the second Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson Hercules movie.
Right. And I think, yeah. Is it the same director that did
San Andreas?
San Andreas, that's what it was.
This is a lot of the people who were just orbiting around The Rock.
Mooching off of him, riding those curtails.
I really hope that The Rock plays one of the people who turns into a kaiju. And in order to keep that star power going, they should just put him in a rubber suit. And let him knock over blue screen buildings and stuff.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, and he should use the people's eyebrow, and his eyebrow will be big enough that there will actually be people on it, making it all come full circle.
Zach.
Yes.
That is the best thing you've ever said.
Thank you.
I love that. I used to be a fan of wrestling, and back when The Rock and Mankind were still a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that I was all about The Rock, and so that's amazing.
He was the one that never appealed to me, which is funny because I really like him in movies. I really do. I think he makes some movies that I'll never see.
Questionable choices.
But he has made movies that I absolutely love, and I love him in them.
For example?
Get Smart. I loved him in Get Smart. And I love
Did not see that.
Get Smart's good. It's a good movie. It looked like a horrible cash-in, but the thing is that Get Smart wasn't that big. It went on for a long time, but it wasn't that big. So I don't know. I read something recently. It was in a forum or something because I was curious about something that was going on in the movie, and they're old Get Smart fans.
Of course.
That hate the new movie.
Of course.
Because it didn't fit the continuity perfectly. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Were you a fan of Lost?
Never watched it.
You ain't seen Bad Boys 2?
No. I've seen Bad Boys 2. I have not seen Lost.
I actually haven't, despite the number of times that I say that on a daily basis.
You're not missing anything. It's funnier if you haven't seen it.
Really?
I like that you saying it.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen it.
I guess it's hard to put a beat on Lost because
I just heard part of the reason I never watched it because I kept hearing how frustrated the fans were because they kind of string you along and they keep you guessing forever, and I don't think they ever answer all the questions.
They never answer all the questions because in it's either the last season or the last 2 seasons, there was a writer's strike.
Right.
And the whole show just goes completely off the rails. Everything that was cool about the show gets explained away, and all the explanations are dumb. Allison Janney's there. I got nothing against Allison Janney, but she was like one of the main bad guys or something.
And I get that a lot about Lost.
Allison Janney?
No, you hear or something.
Yeah. Well, by the end of it, you don't care. But all of the setup, like everything that they tried to build up and everything that you actually got a little bit of answers for later on, it all really worked. You know, I think the first 4 to 5 seasons really worked for me. Knowing what you know about Lost, how do you think that they're going to implement that kind of intrigue into the Rampage movie?
Wormholes and
dynamite. Big League Chew.
Yeah.
No one's gonna expect that.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna do something that we don't expect. Like, and then maybe like one of the kaiju are like the identity of the kaiju is unknown until the end of the movie, so it's like a big twist at the end.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
and it should be Joseph Gordon-Levitt out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it's his son.
Oh, it's The Rock's son?
Yeah.
But they're around the same age. That means...
But they're not.
Are they not?
No, he's younger.
I know he's younger, but he's not that much younger.
He could possibly. It's
how old is Jason Gordon-Levitt and how old is Dwayne Rock
All right,
Johnson?
fine. I bet you... Hold on, place your bets. So, you gotta guess.
Oh, I thought you were talking to America.
No, Dwayne Johnson, how old is he?
Oh, I have to guess an age?
Yes!
I'm going to guess a differential. I'm going to say that Dwayne is approximately 10 years older than Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I'm going to say 12. He is 43.
He was born in 72.
And Joseph Gordon Fancy Pants.
Joseph Gordon Fancy Pants, type that in. Everybody get on Google and type in Joseph Gordon Fancy Pants.
34. How old was The Rock? I forgot.
I think he's 43. I think they're 11 years apart.
He is. It's exactly in between
Boom.
what we said.
Yeah.
You said 10, I said 12.
Still way too old to be his son.
Okay, you're right.
Which means that Scum Labs must have done something to his gametes, his sex cells, his sperm, which caused it to make a Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Right.
Who was the leader of the company the entire time.
Right, because he's a boy genius.
You think they're going to bring in the infamous smoke monster?
What?
You don't even know about the smoke monster from Lost?
No.
Oh, dude, it's the coolest thing. So when they first, like the second episode, there's like this amazing smoke. There's like a black smoke that actually steals people who dare go into the woods, and it makes a noise like a roller coaster, and so you're like wondering what this huge thing is. Is it a machine? Is it
Do they tell
magical?
you what it is?
They do.
And it's a machine.
They tell you in the last season, so it's stupid.
What is it?
It's a dude. He went into a magical cave and became the smoke monster.
Really?
Yeah. It's actually... Hold on. And he's a relatively well-known actor.
Was he killing people?
Yeah, he was killing people.
Why?
Because Allison Janney made him believe that the island was the whole world, and he was kind of butthurt about that, I think.
A lot of thinking and not really knowing. This does not sound like a fun show.
The last 2 seasons are not fun.
How many seasons were there?
8.
That's a good portion. I know math. What is that? That's a quarter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. See? Stay in school, kids.
One day you'll be drinking beer on the internet.
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't finish school, so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You'll be smarter than me.
You'll be drinking Cavassier on the internet.
A nice sipping cognac.
Are you really excited about Rampage?
Mm-mm.
Me neither. I guess with our final moments, we are running out of time.
Time is waning.
But why don't we give a yay or nay to ye old Zoolander? Zoolander 2.
Yay.
Yay.
All about it.
I'm not sure. Okay, there's one thing that I need you to clear up for me.
Blue steel.
Blue steel.
That was his famous look.
No, the Magnum was his famous look.
When it was one he was working on, he used it.
Yeah, that was the big secret one.
Yeah, the big secret.
Okay. At some point in the first...
I've watched this recently.
Okay, good. No, because in the Zoolander movie, he comes out and he's about to kill the claymation prime minister. And he's remembering his training to not be distracted by the beautiful stars. Mm-hmm. And he sees Fred Durst, someone else, and Gary Shandling.
Right.
Who was the second person?
Damn it. It was a female.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember that. Shit.
Well, I guess what I'm really getting at was there a lot of celebrity exploitation in that movie?
A little bit.
They brought in Bowie, but for obvious reasons.
Well, also David Duchovny.
David Duchovny was not David Duchovny. He was just a hand model. He was just playing a character.
Well, a lot of the people in Zoolander 2, the celebrities are playing characters.
Right.
Yeah, like even Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, he's in it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the cameo thing's fine, but it's the fact that Justin Bieber's in it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think it's just fine. I think it's about the same as before.
Okay.
He dies in it.
He does die in it. Yeah. And it's actually kind of a funny bit.
It is funny.
Yeah. I was surprised. Pleasantly surprised.
I gotta work on my model face. I don't know. Does that work?
You look like you're taking a suppository.
Probably, yeah.
That's probably right.
That's what it looks like. I'm not doing that right now.
I feel like
my hands are up here.
You, before anyone else, should be the expert on whether or not you're using a suppository.
No, it's whether I look like I'm doing that. I imagine it was very similar to that.
You don't do that in the mirror? How do you guide it in?
There was it reminds me of the way I was making those duck lips. It reminds me of I'm trying to remember the acronym, but there's
Snooki.
Snooki's an acronym.
Such nonsense. Only omnivores cheat.
I thought that'd be a K.
No, it's a CK.
Okay.
Cheat kings.
And
Yancy.
Independently. Oh no, it's a Y.
Yeah.
I thought it was an I. I thought she was kind of like one of those.
You're all messed up on your Jersey Shore spellings. To be fair, so is Jersey Shore.
No, there's an acronym. It was on the League, that show, and there's supposed to be, I think it was an acronym. It was like mouth looks like anus. Yeah, and so
MLLA.
Yeah. I think that was it. Actually, but because one of their girlfriends, fiance actually. She kept going. She had this lip thing, and it was really and he wasn't thinking about it until his buddies called him out on it and said, "She has this. She has
MLLA."
Yeah, MLLA. Yeah. and he's like, no, and then he can't get it out of his mind because they brought it up, and then so.
Sounds like heaven on earth to me.
That's a long story.
See,
with not a lot of payoff.
This is why Zoolander fans tuned in. This time.
I apologize. That was nonsense.
You know who didn't have a funny bit in the trailer?
Who?
Will Ferrell.
No, he didn't. Not really. I'm hoping that is not the case.
But that's like kind of what Will Ferrell's been doing lately. Is just kind of screaming while in movies.
Just being in movies.
Yeah, because
in funny movies and not being funny.
In the new trailer, like he's trying to kiss Kirsten Wiig.
Oh yeah, because she's got the thing around her face, so then they're like screaming at each other's mouths.
Yeah, they just. Ah! It's odd. It's an odd choice for him. It's an odd choice for a Mark Twain Award winner, I think, who is considered to be one of the humorists of our time. But I don't know. It's a small snippet of his performance.
Yes, he's gonna play a big role for sure.
No, I'm sorry. his fight with Zoolander.
What is fight? What fight?
You don't remember when he gets Zoolander to scratch his shoulder slightly, and he puts him into an arm lock with his teeth?
Oh yeah!
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
He's like, you're gonna trick me. It's like, how could I? I'm chained up or something.
Although he keeps doing this thing with his, like all of his lines seem to be geared toward pointing out the fact that these guys are stupid.
Yes, he had a couple of those in this particular trailer. He did.
That's the joke.
Yeah.
Jokes aren't funny when you explain them.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I am cautiously optimistic about the new Zoolander film.
I'm excited to see Benedict Cumberbatch in drag, kind of.
I don't know anything about his involvement with the movie.
I think he plays a character called All, and he's not female or male. He's All.
Oh, this is all that. This is all that.
I think we've become increasingly disconnected towards the end of this podcast. Just from everything. Not anything pretty particular.
I don't know. I've had a good time.
Well, I haven't.
You know what? America, if you enjoyed... I'm starting a real sweepstakes right now. Starting a real sweepstakes. I don't know what the payoff's going to be, but the first 5 people to tweet at Warlocks.
At Warlocks Brew.
At Warlocks Brew. First 5 people to tweet at Warlocks Brew get a prize.
You know what?
Mail it to you at cost.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah. For legal reasons, we have to say a bunch of stuff. It will go from
less than $10 value.
Yeah, less than $10 in value. Contest will go on through May 15th.
No, the end of February.
End of February?
28th. That's the end of February, right?
No, it's 29th.
29th.
Oh, it's a big leap year extravaganza!
Is it a leap year?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's something. Only every 4 years, like soccer.
Only one game of soccer is played every 4 years. In America.
In America, yeah.
Well,
which is the only country that matters.
Well, it's also the only country that plays soccer.
Which is horseshit. That's an English word. The English came up with that, not the Americans.
I imagine. But you know what they did? They looked at the game where they keep hitting the ball with their foot almost exclusively, and they said, you know what? Football. Instead.
Or, better yet, the sport in which the ball that is used as the device in which you are trying to score with is shaped like a foot. That is called football.
If your feet look like...
It's the closest ball that looks like a foot. If there's one that's closer, we can change the name.
They don't do that. Like, they don't call tennis testicle.
Your testicles are that big individually?
Yeah.
Or is like... You might need to go to the doctor.
No. You're just wrong about all that. What they should call it is run ball.
Run ball?
Yeah, they should call it run ball. Or runs ball, because you do several runs and several downs. Runs ball, downs ball.
What about missile ball?
Missile ball?
Because it's got a point to it. It looks like a missile when you're throwing it.
Football has no point.
Ah!
Go Cougs. I don't know. Is that the appropriate thing to say?
Oh, you know what? This is gonna be right after the Super Bowl that this episode's gonna air.
This episode's is the Super Bowl this Sunday?
Yes.
Oh. I believe I have Dungeons and Dragons to play that night.
Well, I'm going over to our buddy Rob Zip's place for that.
Zip 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 zip.
Zip zipping away.
That's not what I'm quoting.
I don't know.
Goodbye, everybody.
No, hold on. So, I'm.
You want to do some Super Bowl coverage right now?
No. I wanted to bring up that I understand that I said the F word. So it feels so stupid saying the F word.
Just say it. You already broke the rule.
Yeah. So I said fuck,
yeah.
And more than I was supposed to. So I don't. Is it like when you screw up at work? Do you apologize to your boss?
No.
Because we have a boss now. I don't know how he feels about it. I don't know exactly what these punishments are going to be.
I don't apologize to anybody for any reason.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You just live by that?
Yeah, pretty much.
So what do you do when somebody's displeased with your performance?
Oh, I troll them on Facebook.
That's a good call. So you do know how to use Facebook?
I know how to use that aspect of it.
Okay, just the trolling
And
aspect?
sometimes I'll bring in other people to help.
All right. Well, this has been another episode.
It's been similar to an episode.
It's in the same ballpark as an episode of the WarPod, brought to you by Razor's Edge Media Productions Company.
A sub-nationality of the Pringles Corporation and viewers like you.
No, you guys should just check us out. I mean, not that I want to try to kiss ass or anything to our boss, but I think that, tweet at us at Warlocks Brew. We mentioned that earlier. We do have the
You're
Warlocks.
Say all this in the little ramblings you.
Yeah, and I'm going to say it at the end too.
Oh God.
Yeah.
No one's listening at this point.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
are.
that much.
Tweet at me if you're listening. I think you should send the show now.
Don't forget, if you would like a prize at or under a $10 value to be shipped to you free of charge, just tweet at Warlocks Brew that you're having a good time.
WarlocksEntertainment.com.
It's not even how it's pronounced.
Goodbye, everybody.